や、DK ブレントです。YouTuber であり、ゲーム翻訳者であり、今、アクセルソードやってる人です。ちょっと攻略サイトも作った人です。これからよろしくお願いいたします。I think that about covers it for self-introductions. I mean, if you're watching this, then you most likely know who I am, right? I don't have to spend a long time talking about that. And also, I know for a lot of the people who follow my YouTube channel, this is probably pretty weird because I don't speak in videos at all. And I mean, the reason for that is it's not because I'm shy or anything like that, it's because a lot of non-English speaking people follow my YouTube channel, and I don't really want to start speaking in my videos because I mean, for those kinds of people, English text helps a lot more as opposed to spoken English. So I don't randomly want to start speaking in videos and potentially alienate some of the people who have been supporting my channel, you know. Yeah, but this video is an exception because I'm just going to be rambling for like 15 minutes about that little site that I made for this game. And I mean, it's going to be nothing important, and this video is definitely going to be boring and uninteresting. So if you're like me and you don't like watching long videos where people just talk non-stop about utter rubbish that you don't care about, then I would actually want you to skip this video. But anyway, so if you don't know, I'm just gonna hop in the Mugen as I talk about this. Oh, by the way, this is easy mode, so if you see me killing things extremely quickly, like, do not be impressed, it's just easy mode. But anyway, I'm just gonna hop in the Mugen. If you don't know, I've made a sort of strategy site for this game, Accel World versus Sword Art Online, or Accel Sword as I like to call it. I've made a sort of strategy site for this game where I've translated a lot of the Japanese strategy guide, and I've also put a lot of my own information on that site. Like a lot of stuff that I thought would be really helpful to all kinds of players. Like, I mean, I've got story mode guides, I've got guides on how to play every single character in the game, I've got weapon building guides, I've got weapon databases, I've got like all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's pretty robust. So if you're playing this game or you're interested in picking this game up, then I would actually really advise you to have a look at that thing. I mean, I'm probably going to post the link in the description and in the comment section and all over the place, so just give it a look. I mean, yeah, so I just wanted to make a video where I talk a little bit about sort of the things that motivated me to go through with making that site, as well as I want to talk about how it's been received by players and how players are starting to view me like as an entity who affected this game. So yeah, okay. For starters, aside from wanting to have made a guide for a really long time because I really like discussing in-depth things about games, the main driving force why I went through that site was I wanted to give English-speaking players a place where they had access to information that Japanese players do. If you've played any kind of JRPG, I'm sure you've come across a situation where there's sort of like a deficit of trustworthy, reliable, and even official information about games. And this game is no exception, because I mean, there's tons of information about this game that you will just straight up not figure out by playing the game. Stuff like boss elemental weaknesses, you know, stuff like how much a specific buff increases by. And I mean, that's pretty vital information for an entire player base not to have access to simply based on a language barrier. So I always felt like that was really unfair to English-speaking players or players who don't speak Japanese, because I mean, those strategy guides do not get localized. Like, I cannot remember the last time I've seen a localized strategy guide. So with that in mind, I wanted to build a site where I could translate a lot of that information, because I mean, I can speak and understand Japanese as well as English, so I wanted to like create a place where people would be able to have access to that information as opposed to like not having it. I mean, because I mean, knowing that kind of stuff greatly affects the way you play the game. So with that in mind, I then worked on the site. I mean, honestly, I have no recollection of the months I spent working on that site. I just remember that I was sleeping at like 6 a.m. every day, and I was always tired because it was either translating, or it was testing something, or it was making videos. And I mean, that kind of stuff like really drains you if you've ever done any of that. So months went by and I was working on the site, and I mean, I'm not gonna sit in this video and say it was easy work, because it wasn't. I mean, I sacrificed a lot of my own playtime to make that site. I sacrificed a lot of other real life things that I've done, that I could have been doing, I mean, for that site. And eventually the site was done, and I mean, the whole time that I was doing it, I always had this okay, let me put it like this. I worked on the site so much that I built up this kind of weird relationship with it, where the site kind of, it kept me from playing the game, and it forced me to play the game at the same time. Now, what I mean by that is I had to like force myself to sit down and do menu translations when I could have been farming weapons or like leveling skills, you know. Because I remember sitting on, I think it was like week 4 after Japanese release, and I have like a lot of Japanese friends in this game, so a lot of them at that time, they were already posting videos of characters that they're fully maxed, like characters that had all sword skills at level 1000, you know, that kind of thing. And I remember seeing those videos of theirs and getting extremely jealous and thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing? I could be doing that. But instead I'm forcing myself to sit here and, what was I doing? I think at the time I was doing menu translations or something. And I was thinking to myself, nobody's even seeing this. Why am I doing this? I don't understand. I could be doing that. And I mean, eventually I've had that conflict with myself so many times. It just became like an everyday thing even. Because I mean, that's all I was doing, is all day just working on the site. I mean, I could have been playing the game. I could have been doing so much, but I just sat there, forced myself to work on it. And yeah, so months went by and I was doing that. And also, while I was doing that, there was no feedback because nobody was reading it. The only people seeing, because I mean, the game was only in Japanese at the time, so the only people seeing that was like me and a few of my English-speaking friends who managed to get the game early. Everybody else like did not care. And then eventually English release day came, and I posted the link to my site in a few places. And then people started seeing my site, and I started thinking like, oh wow, actually now it's being seen by people. People are actually using it now. This is pretty cool. But even then, you see, I didn't have any like hands-on feedback, because the only way I knew that people were looking at my site was like looking at the stats counter or reading YouTube or comments on the site. And I mean, what I wanted to know was, does this site affect the way people are playing the game? Have they learned anything by reading up on the site? And I mean, at the time, I couldn't play with English-speaking people because on release day of English, 2.0 just got released in Japan. So from day 1, I was not able to play with English-speaking people. So I was always curious, kind of, like, how has it affected these people? Has it affected these people? And then eventually, the versions were joined, and I was able to play with anyone across the world. And now that brings me to the second topic that I'd like to talk about, and that's like how the site has been received and how people have viewed it and how people have sort of changed their attitude towards me. Or maybe not changed, but like how people view me now. So when I started playing with people from around the world, something crazy happened. I'll talk about the level of play in a bit, but the first thing I noticed was I was very eager to like join random people doing anything and then just like watch how they play. Like I had my stalker motives on so hard. I was ready to just like sit. Oh shit, I got a Mjolnir with cool time 19. It's pretty good. Oh shit, cool time 19 on a lightsaber. Oh. Wow, I'm getting good drops. I guess I should speak in videos more frequently, huh? Anyway, so I just wanted to join rooms and watch how people were playing, but it didn't exactly go like planned, because for some reason a lot of people recognized me in rooms. Like, it got to the point where the first time I joined a random lobby, everyone in the lobby dropped what they were doing and basically like came to look at me. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not a celebrity, right? I'm just some guy who plays a lot of games. And then I make a few YouTube videos here and there, and then I help some people, you know, nothing special. But the way those guys were going on, because I mean, a few times I've joined rooms and people were on voice chat. And I've joined rooms and people have like lost their minds over the voice chat. Like I joined a room and a few times I've heard, oh my god, it's BK Brent, it's BK Brent! And I'm like, are who are these people? Why does everyone know me? And then I mean, it's good that my site has been seen, or my YouTube or whatever, but I don't really. I'm always taken aback when people mention me like that because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still I'm a nobody, you know. So that kind of thing shocked me a little bit, to say the least, because I mean, I was not expecting it at all. And yeah, so yeah, pretty much. And what else do I want to say? Also, when I started playing in English lobbies, well, actually, there was this one funny story where this guy told me he was reading up on Babel-chan. As soon as I entered the room, he was like, "Oh my God, did I summon you?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man." But anyway, due to that, a lot of people have actually come forward and like sent me private messages on PSN saying things like, you know, "Thank you for making the site. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me enjoy the game. It's helped me find things when I'm lost." You know, that kind of thing. And I mean, when you've put a lot of hard work into something, it's always nice to be appreciated. So that kind of thing does make me happy. But what makes me the most happy is the way people are playing the game. Because I mean, I played Lost Song a lot. I'm just going to leave it at that because if I talk anymore, it's going to become its own thing on its own. But I played Lost Song quite a lot. And I mean, the mentality in Lost Song compared to Accel Sword is completely different. And that's one thing that I'm really happy about. Because in Lost Song, people would not like use buffs. You know, people were like, Dimensional Abyss is the best skill in the game. And at the time I was like, that thing ain't that good. But people wouldn't like use their buffs and they wouldn't play their characters properly. And now I've been doing a few like random dungeon runs with a lot of people in Accel Sword. So speaking from experience, a lot of people, they're actually like, they're caring about boss weaknesses, they're casting the correct skills, they're healing each other. I mean, aside from it being fun, I'm like thoroughly impressed, man. That's like, it's just a testament, like, it goes to show you, like, that players, they do want to learn. It's just, it's how they learn. I mean, because in Lost Song, I don't know. Okay, we're not talking about Lost Song right now. We're talking about Accel Sword. But anyway, so I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the way people are playing this game, and I'm not going to try and claim responsibility for that. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, it's because of me that people play like that. No, that's not how it is. All I did was teach them how to fish. You know the saying, you teach a man to fish and you give him a fish. You know that saying. So all I did was bring the information to the people. That's all I did. I claim no responsibility for the player base playing the way they are. But yeah, so a lot of people have came through and said words of thanks, but also at the same time, a lot of people have also thrown me with a lot of negativity. And I mean, honestly, I've stopped trying to make sense of it because it doesn't make any sense to me. But I think the reason why I'm getting a lot of negativity and a lot of flack for what I'm doing is probably because the way people talk about my site. Like, I mean, you're free to say whatever you want about my site. I have absolutely no control over that. But I think my site has helped people to the point where when someone doesn't know about it and they ask a question about this game, my site's most likely going to come up given the volume of information I have on there. But not only that, people kind of talk about it as if you don't know about Brent's site, then you're not in the know, and by extension, whatever, you know, like you're not up to scratch not knowing about this. And I feel like that's a little bit wrong, because when someone learns about something new, they're supposed to have a sort of neutral relationship with it. They're not supposed to be going into it thinking, this is what I should have been doing, but I haven't been doing it, and because people said that I haven't been doing it, I'm useless. Because, okay, how about this? Let me give you an example. I have a lot of friends in this game, right? And a lot of them like to talk to me about all kinds of things. So I've heard a few instances where I've just been bad-mouthed in lobbies, like people over public voice chat just bad-mouthing me. And this one instance was, someone was talking about where to find White Fang. I think White Fang, I don't know the names of English material, but I think White Fang is the material for upgrading Two-Hand Sword or something like that. But someone was just asking like a question like that, and then someone else says, oh, you should check Brent's site. He's got a lot of information on there. I mean, he's got a material database, for example. And then someone else in the room says this. They say, quote unquote, I don't like that guy. I've been in parties with him and he's a dick. And I'm, okay, so when I heard the story, oh my god, it's Karen. I don't want to fight Karen. Yararita. Anyway, so when I heard the story, I thought to myself, Are? What? First of all, I do not join PSN parties, like, at all. And if I ever join a PSN party, I never have my microphone in. But this guy managed to speak to me, and he's managed to deduce that I'm a dick. I mean, okay, being a dick is one thing, but let's try to think why I would be a dick. I mean, I've told you that I've sacrificed a lot of my playtime for this game. I mean, to make that site, right? So I spent a lot of time making a site that would help people, but I'm going to randomly join a party and be a dick to the people that I'm trying to help. That's practically what this guy was saying. Now, that's me trying to make sense of it, but the reality is he just wanted to drag my name through the mud because a lot of people are talking about me. And I kind of feel like that might be, okay, aside from stupidity, I think it might be the fault of how people are actually talking about my site. Like I said, you can say whatever you want about my site, but I would kind of like it if people were just sort of neutral about it, because I mean, just take the information for what it is. Whether you like me or not does not matter. I never wanted to be liked when I decided to make that information. I mean, I just wanted to give people access to the information. That was my job. But do you know what the funny part of all this is these guys who are talking so much crap about me, at the end of the day, they're still gonna log on and use my site. I feel like when you're at that point, you should actually just keep quiet. You know? Because, I mean, you just make yourself a hypocrite. You're like, oh my god, I hate BK Brent, fuck that guy. And then, when it's midnight, you log on my site and read my shit. Like, you can curse at me as much as you want, but if you're still gonna use my stuff, I feel like you should just shut up and use it. Honestly. Anyway, that's more or less all I wanted to talk about. I mean, there's probably a whole lot more, but I mean, I don't really want to bore people anymore about me rambling about utter rubbish. So, since this is a really rare video, and I don't speak in videos, the next time I speak is probably going to be never. So, let me just take this time to say, I want to say thanks to all of my YouTube subscribers and all the people supporting my channel and supporting all the content that I put out there. Because I don't really say a lot of words of appreciation, and I know that's my fault, but every time okay, look, I don't keep track of my YouTube subscribers, I don't keep track of the number, and I don't keep track of the views on my video, but sometimes when I do look over it, I'm always shocked. Because I've got, what, like 1,700 subscribers now? That is crazy. I mean, to think that so many people would just care about me. I'm just doing little videos about games, man. Come on. But anyway, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I gotta say though, man, thanks to these guys supporting me. Thanks to all these dudes commenting on all my videos. Because I mean, that stuff really motivates me. I know a lot of people think that I only read maybe 40% of the comments or something. That's not true. I read every single one. I just don't have as much time to respond to them as I would like. So yeah, man, thanks to you guys. So to show my appreciation and to make up for my lack of appreciation, I'm gonna say one of those crazy things where I'm so gonna regret this. Okay, if I get 2,000 subscribers, this is gonna be bad. Okay, if I get 2,000 subscribers, I will solo Satanakia. If you don't know, he's pronounced Satanakia in Japanese. I don't know how to say his name in English, but you know the new super boss, the new dual-wielding demon, that big guy that has tons of HP. That got added in version 2.0. He appears on every 10th floor beyond floor 100. I will solo that boss with a character that my viewers can vote on. Okay, let me say it one more time. If I get 2,000 subscribers, I will solo, I like to call him Satchan, just by the way. Satanakia. I will solo Satchan with a character that viewers can vote on. Like, I will put up a list of every single character in the game, and the character that gets the most votes, I will solo with them. Even if it's Yuna, even if it's Yuna, I'm gonna be like using Bifrost Resonance on Satchan. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking terrible. But I'll try my best. Okay. So I kind of want to like just do something for you guys, because I mean you guys do a lot for me. So any character except Ashrola, because that's impossible. Maybe it's possible, I don't know. Vote on it and we'll see. But anyway, I just wanted to say something crazy like that. So yeah, this was BK Brent. I hope that I didn't bore you a lot with my non-stop rambling about nothing. And I probably gonna be a long time before I speak in another video, so this is it for a while. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far without turning it off, I gotta say thank you for watching. And yeah, oh, I almost forgot to say my catchphrase, and that's, this may be a game, but it's not just something you play. I actually do not like how that sounds in English. It's supposed to be said in Japanese, so kore wa game de atte mo asobi de wa nai. Thank you for watching. See ya.